What do you think? They were calling because you were playing Candy Crush? Was that why we were going to get calls? Hey, dude. Oh, how's the Candy Crush going? Oh, Snowy from Michigan, Greg. That's who people were tuning in for. Yeah, this guy's an idiot and mentally ill. He believes that I would go on hate sites on Reddit or Whackbag, whatever these hater sites were, which gave me just as much they gave him. Right. But he was convinced that I had these fake accounts and I'd go badmouth them and everyone would badmouth him with me. Like I have this ability to lead people to hate Greg OPUs. I was getting just as much hate from those sites as he was. And to think I would do that, I go, you out of your fucking mind. And he always alludes to it. He goes, oh, you see what Anthony does.
So it's O&A Forums.net. We are 100% Team Opie. No offense, I don't know what that is, and I've never been there. And maybe I would click. You know what? I'm not perfect. I might have to click on that. Tonight. That's all right.
A comb.
I know.
Look into
Jim
it.
And Sam. I mean, that's not even open for discussion. I'm better than Jim and Sam just doing this with no staff, with bad Wi-Fi. I can run circles around those guys. I know that. So that's not a big accomplishment to go. You're better than Jim and Sam. That's an easy one.
Can you believe that he actually? And again. There's like Stuttering John, who's a liar, and then there's Opie, who's a mental patient. Two different things. But Opie believes it. That's sick. Opie believes he's can run circles around Jimmy and Sam with what he's doing now.
The fact is, if we were as big as we were in our heyday, Anthony wouldn't have been fired. Companies don't have morals. That's why they got rid of me too. I know I was onto something big with Carl and Vic and Sherrod. And I wish I had more time to really show what that show could have done. But the fact is that I wasn't talking to a big audience either, and that's why they got rid of me.
I can't. This guy has such a view of everything in life. Here's, believe it or not, the rational people in that whole situation were Jimmy and myself. I knew what was going on. Believe it or not, audience share was dropping. Yeah. We're shock jocks in our 50s. How about a dose of reality, Opie? We're shock jocks in our 50s. I knew. Why the fuck do you think I wanted to sign 5-year contracts? Every time. I wanted to sign a 5-year deal whenever our contract came up. No, 1 year is all I want to sign. Because again, he thought some magic company was going to call up and go, you two kids are going to make stars out of my network. Shock jocks in their 50s. Take the 5-year deal, dummy. But he had this overblown sense of self-worth, thinking that him and Carl Ruiz were going to make something huge, perhaps bigger than O&A in its heyday was. No.
I loved working for the Mafia. I worked for them legit, though.
Really? When?
I don't want to say.
Why?
Because now I got to keep it vague. I just realized.
What do you have to keep vague?
I worked for the Mafia.
What?
People know that. Legit, though. I was legit.
What do you mean?
They were just the nicest guys, and they took care of you.
Yeah, they take care of you until they take care of you.
I'm in the Mafia.
No, the gig I had, they weren't going to do anything.
Yeah. What'd you do?
It was a legit job for the Mafia.
Fuck yeah.
What?
I can't say.
I was a button
I'm not a rat.
A what?
A rat? If it was legit, you're not a rat. You're fine.
Yeah, but then I don't. Maybe some of these guys don't want to know they're in the Mafia.
I don't like that.
The other part of him, he absolutely will convince himself of things. I've never seen this in real life. I've seen it in movies, sociopaths, serial killers, things like that. But I've never seen a real person that I've been involved with seeing a situation. maybe something that happened, a few years ago, and I vividly remember it. And he conveys that story, and it's completely different. It has no basis in reality anymore. And it's not even like he's lying, not like Stut Joe. He believes it. This is his new interpretation of what happened. He's mentally ill, I assure you. Different than Stuttering John. Stuttering John is stupid. Opie is also stupid, but he's mentally ill too. There's a difference there.
We got a new podcast. It's called My Wife Hates Me and We Both Hate Opie.
Oh, that's a good, yeah. Well, you're going to have to fight me for the title.
I was good friends with him and just out of nowhere.
I know.
How does that,
it happens with everybody, by the way.
No, I know. I'm very good friends with E-Rock. I've known that guy for like
E-Rock is great.
He's one of the nicest people. Like, he's one of the most genuine and nicest people I've ever been around. And when you get people, when you're turning people like that on you, like you're the problem, buddy. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
People that used to you look up to you. All the people that he went behind their backs and complained to management to, people that were loyal to him. He was going behind their back and complaining to management. And I'm like, wow, man, you have like no wonder you have no friends. Like,
no
this
loyalty.
is why.
He was carrying everyone.
We would go into a meeting with the bosses. Opie realized he could have something over on the people that worked for us if there was this constant threat that they were going to be fired. This is what he did. Hey, we can replace, if you're not happy with this guy, we could absolutely replace him. I'll put an ad out. We'll go in company. We'll get somebody. And then here it comes. No. I'm not saying that. No. Look, I'll have a meeting with him and we'll turn it around. Then he goes to the person and goes, dude, I just saved your ass in there. They were ready to can you. And, they're ready to hire someone else. You got to step it up, bro.
Someone said, if I had, hey, would you be mad if Jim went with Anthony? And he said, if he had any integrity, that's what he'd have done 2 years ago.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But at least I didn't lie about defending him. You want to talk about integrity? You want to get nasty? I would suggest you just listen to the show instead of reacting on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good suggestion, especially because yesterday was
you know what showed integrity?
Mean.
When your coworker and your friend is fired and you go on his show and you don't lie to the fans and tell them, no, things were good, we're getting along.